by a routine. Nothing is more important than our friendship. I know, kid. He's too sensitive.
There isn't a kid on the planet that wouldn't want any of these characters in plush toy form.
Get up, Falcor! Let's see how you like it, chicken!
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 lovable movie creatures. For this list, we're taking a look at fictional big-screen beings that range from adorable to charming, and that we wish were real. We've thus excluded animals that actually exist, like dogs and cats.
Dr. Wrightwood, say hello to Harry.
Hello.
Number 10. Puck Marin, Flight of the Navigator. Flight of the Navigator is a childhood fantasy brought to life. A kid who gets to pilot a spacecraft with a computer voiced by Pee Wee Herman and an assortment of alien creatures on board.
Can I hold him?
The specimen that young David interacts with the most is the last remaining Puck Marin, which somehow manages to be as grotesque as a bat and as cuddly as a chihuahua.
How long have you been here? What's he saying?
It's a travesty this poor little guy's homeworld was destroyed by a comet, but that just makes you want to tickle his belly even more.
I wish I could take you home with me. Jeff would really flip out.
Number 9. Stitch, Lilo and Stitch.
It is the flawed product of a deranged mind.
Coming out during an era when Disney animations were struggling, Chris Sanders' Lilo and Stitch provided the studio with a much-needed hit. The film's success can be attributed to this cute and fluffy blue alien, who became an overnight cartoon icon.
His name is Stitch.
Genetically created for evil purposes, Stitch is occasionally more hostile than a rabid dog.
Somebody do something!
Underneath his mischievous exterior, though, he possesses a softer side that's waiting to be embraced. Able to fly a spaceship and impersonate Elvis, Stitch is a pet and friend who's totally out of this world.
Hey, what is the matter with you?
Be careful of the little angel.
It's not an angel, Lilo. I don't even think it's a dog.
Number 8. Dobby, the Harry Potter franchise.
Then Dobby must do it, sir. For Harry Potter's own good.
The Malfoys do some despicable things throughout the Harry Potter series.
So this is your master? The family you serve is the Malfoys?
I'll deal with you later.
For example, how could they kick around a house elf as darling as Dobby? If we had Dobby as a servant, we'd offer him clothes in a second so he could be free.
Master has given Dobby a sock.
What? I didn't...
Master has presented Dobby with clothes. Dobby is free.
Even after releasing him from service, however, we'd still want Dobby in our corner for his loyalty, bravery, and friendship.
Harry Potter freed Dobby. How can Dobby ever repay him?
Although he can sometimes be more trouble than he's worth, Dobby's heart is always in the right place, and he'll make great sacrifices for his loved ones.
Dobby has no master. Dobby is a free elf, and Dobby has come to save Harry Potter and his friends.
Number 7. Groot, Guardians of the Galaxy.
I am Groot!
The Marvel Cinematic Universe got a lot bigger with Guardians of the Galaxy, introducing us to a slew of lovable characters like Groot.
I am Groot.
Save them? How?
I am Groot.
This humanoid tree being towers over everyone else like a beanstalk. But you can tell that he's a gentle giant simply by looking into his deep black eyes. What Groot lacks in vocabulary, he more than compensates for with his big wooden heart.
We are Groot.
Whether in his fully grown form or small enough to fit in a flower pot, we'd all jump at the opportunity to grow our own Groot. Number 6. Toothless, the How to Train Your Dragon franchise.
Astrid? Toothless. Toothless? Astrid.
Given Toothless's slight resemblance to Stitch, it's no surprise that Chris Sanders also directed How to Train Your Dragon, and thus helped bring this surprisingly endearing misfit to the big screen.
Toothless, no! Toothless!
Of course, a little alien isn't as daunting as a black Night Fury dragon. Taming this beast and gaining his trust is a rewarding experience nevertheless, especially when Toothless allows his master to ride him.
Gotta block him out, Toothless. Do you trust me, bud?
Encompassing attributes of dogs, cats, birds, and horses, this expressive reptile is like several ideal pets rolled into one. You can sign us up for dragon riding lessons.
That's it. Now let's try this one more time.
Number 5. Wicket W. Warwick, Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi.
You're a jittery little thing, aren't you?
Having a Wookiee like Chewbacca for a best friend would be awesome, but we'd run the risk of getting our arms pulled out of their sockets. With an Ewok like Wicket, though, our biggest risk would be getting poked with a spear. Wicket is like a living stuffed animal, only more badass. As curious as George and as adventurous as a gummy bear, he proves himself an unlikely warrior who helps defeat the Empire.
Look, over there!
Even Darth Vader himself would take one look at this guy and say, "Aww." Number 4. Harry and the Hendersons.
What are you doing?
Harry and the Hendersons is one of those movies where a family discovers a likable monster and must hide him from the public.
Exercise, Irene. That's the only diet. Plenty of energy right here.
What distinguishes the film is Harry himself, who's brought to life through Rick Baker's Oscar-winning makeup effects.
He deserves to be free.
This Sasquatch looks like a mix between a bear and a gorilla, but he's as huggable as an overgrown hamster. Sure, he might overeat, smell funky, and not know his own strength.
No. Don't sit.
That was outstanding, Dad!
As long as your insurance covers Bigfoot accidents, though, you won't be able to turn away Harry's massive smile.
I think he likes it here.
Number 3. Minions, the Despicable Me franchise. If you took a raving rabbit and crossed it with a talking banana, you'd get something along the lines of a minion.
Dave, listen up, please!
While the Despicable Me franchise is full of colorful characters, it's these goggled cylinders that always steal the show. Their language may sound like sheer gibberish, but Gru's minions are so emotive and over the top that you always know exactly what they're saying.
Papoy? Makala na papoy? No. Papoy. Ah! Papoy!
Whether they're throwing an ice cream rave or simply uttering the word bottom.
Silas Ramsbottom.
Bottom.
It's impossible not to light up when a minion storms on screen.
Watch them and keep them away from me, please.
Number 2. Gizmo, the Gremlins franchise.
I just call him Gizmo. He seems to like it.
Furby doesn't have Jack on this delightful mogwai.
Cute.
Gizmo has everything one could possibly desire in a pet. He's as warm as a small puppy, his wide eyes are hypnotic, and he can somehow drive a toy car. There are just a couple teeny tiny catches. If you spill water on Gizmo, he'll multiply into several new mogwais.
Number 2, keep him away from water. Don't give him any water to drink. And whatever you do, don't give him a bath.
Then if you feed them after midnight, they'll turn into vicious gremlins that'll terrorize your town until the sun comes up. However, that's all easy to overlook when you hear Gizmo sing.
Gee, Billy, where can I get one of those?
I don't know. This is the only one I've ever seen.
Can I hold him?
Sure.
Before we curl up with our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Pikachu. Pika. Pika-pee.
Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man!
You're a monster!
I'm not the monster here, you are. You and the rest of that fairy tale trash poisoning my perfect world.
Number 1. E.T. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. On paper, you wouldn't think E.T. would be an especially cute creature.
Oh, God!
Elliot.
What?
Elliot?
He's short, fat, and has skin like leather.
E.T. phone home.
After gazing into his bulging eyes, though, you'll want to leave a trail of Reese's Pieces and have him follow you home. After dressing him up like a lady, sharing a couple of beers, and going on an unforgettable bike ride, you'll never want to say goodbye. Inquisitive, funny, smart, and loving, E.T. will touch your heart and stay with you forever. He's one of the most appealing characters in any medium, period. Do you agree with our list?
No, no! Oh, all right.
What lovable movie creature would you like to give a big hug? For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.